Welcome back. This is Sports Zone on Joy Prime. The show is proudly sponsored by Kivo Gary 4-in-1 Mix. Ama Gary Soaking Saye Easy. Guinness, of course. Yes, we can. And of course. These guys are coming. Kivo. After Kivo Gary, then you drink water. That one, your yam will not team. Samartex Tank, proud sponsors of this show for the longest time. Very proud of them. Whatever your water tank needs are, make sure that it's a Samartex tank. It's durable. They give you a 7-year warranty. Comes in all colors, so it doesn't discolor your house. Whatever the color of your house is, the choice of tank you want, all sizes, you can get it. Samartex Tank. They have over 300 agents nationwide, and they deliver, of course, to your homes direct. Welcome to the show. Send me a message. What's going on with Mohamed Kudus? Arsenal fans, what's going on? Is the team collapsing already? Man United, a bit of a reprieve this weekend. I want to hear from you. Chelsea lost, but they seem to be very happy with the way they played. That's the beginning of failure, when you get happy with the performances and not the result necessarily. But, of course, the performance also exposed a few things about that Chelsea team. So, Chelsea fans, let me hear from you whether you were happy with the performance of your team. Too many Chelsea fans were very upset with Sanchez. And El Clasico is this weekend, this Saturday. What a way for the two teams to build up to it, with Champions League action also coming up here on the show. And the Ghanaian players scoring abroad and struggling with the Black Stars. What is going on? Because they have been everywhere, scoring wonderful goals left, right, and center. Guys, the guys are here. Sichofe, Philip, Achirim, and Daniel Cranton. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
How are you? How was your weekend? What did you do?
Football.
You just watch football?
Family football.
From Saturday,
Family, football,
Sunday.
Food, football, family, FFF.
Champion.
And fun.
Oh, yeah.
Another F.
How was your weekend?
Wedding. WWW.
You went to a wedding on Saturday.
Wedding.
And another wedding. And another wedding.
Yeah,
you see, adulthood is a scam.
Bro.
It's just made up of social events. Weekends are more stressful than...
The solution is not to make friends. If
point.
you already have friends,
you slack.
How
was your weekend, though?
I belong to some WhatsApp group. Every weekend, all we are doing is contributing money. I want to leave, I cannot leave. Every weekend, you have to contribute money. Charlie, I do food. I asked Karim to go and bring 2 bottles of water.
I'm going to bring the pack.
The guy does not listen.
I'm going to put my thing down.
They
said the pack is for me. Go and bring 2. You're going to bring it. I'm coming there.
Where are you going? You are going to
put the thing down. What is that? Put the thing down.
What is going on? The Grati is protesting.
Water, you are there, you're going to bring the whole pack. Then you said to them,
you want to share
then my water is finished. What's that? Go and put the thing down. But this guy, man.
Wait. So you abandoned the show to go and protest it?
I'm taking matters into my own hand. He thinks he's smart. They said bring 2. Karim do that, he can't count. He has brought the whole pack.
This is too funny.
The whole
It takes more effort to bring that back.
So now if you give, I give it, I have to give them this one.
But this one is not Danis. Like, Danis is safe.
No, this is Danis' water. You were supposed to go and bring 2.
Let me drink my brother's water.
I don't know. Viewers, I apologize. I don't know what to say. But Karim, when I saw him walking in with them, I'm like, what's wrong with this guy?
If it wasn't my water, I'll not be so worried.
Welcome to the show. Before we proceed, I visited the factory. Yeah. They bring it from the ground, so it's not. Yeah, so they have a borehole.
Solid.
All the way deep down. It's amazing, yeah. And my best part is the bottle. It's recyclable. Yeah. It's very soft. So after it emptied, I just squeeze it into something small. It's easier to recycle. Anyway, so big ups to the guys at Piva. The water is amazing. Now, listen, guys. Before we proceed, big shouts to my very good friend, Obed Asamoah. Today is his birthday.
Obed.
Oh,
Yes.
Obed.
I asked him today, I said, how old are you? Obed said, is it,
some way.
oh no, you wait, he said, I'm 38. Ended there. Charlie, I had grow. He thought I was going to say he's old. So he added it himself. He said, Charlie, I had grow.
Obed.
Anyway, a big shout out
Obed.
to my friend Christian Frimpong of Chemu Secondary School. Lazu, a very good friend of mine as well. Go all the way back in Kumasi. I'm going to take you straight to Togo. That's where Ghana's under-20 team have been in action in the WAFO B Under-20 Championship. That competition is a qualifying event for the Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations. That tournament will be the qualifying event for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. In our opening game, we came from behind, really. We fought really hard to draw 2-2 with Benin. In our second game, we beat Niger by 2-0. Let's look at the highlights of that last game. What a performance, a brace from him to give Ghana 2-0 win. The commentator got overly excited there. But it was really good to see the under-20 back to winning ways after that draw. Obviously, in order to qualify for the under-20 AFCON, they need to make the final. Now, they're top of the group, obviously, as things stand. And if they get a draw in their next game, they will finish top 2, they'll qualify for the semi-finals. And then they'll have to make the final to qualify for the 20 AFCON in 2025. CAF is still struggling for a host for that tournament. They were trying to give it to Cote d'Ivoire, who have all the facilities. But we still don't know which country will host that competition. But it's essential to qualify nonetheless. Guys, I was doing a squad analysis of Ofe's team that he took to Togo. At against the team that he used to win the African Games gold medal. And he has 7 players from the gold medal winning team in this current squad. And that turnover within a 7-month period, he's lost what? He's lost probably like 18 players.
Over 50% of his squad.
Yes, over 50% of the squad. 10 of them have made moves abroad since the African Games. And so I think naturally, it is fair to say he's probably had to build an entirely new team. What did you make of the performance from yesterday and even from the opening game?
Yeah, look, what I like about first team and even throughout the African Games is that he's able to change things, right? Even with the same players on the pitch, he's able to shift shapes and he's able to get a team to play in different ways, depending upon how the opponents throw things at them. The truth of the matter is, in Africa, in youth competitions, you never really get to properly scout your opponents. You barely see them play. Their games are not all over the place on TV. You barely see them play. So you get into the tournament, and as the game progresses, if you don't have a manager who is good at reading games and can adapt and has the tactical know-how to get that done, you're going to struggle. But Ofe doesn't lack that. Right. And that is a good thing about Ghana's coach. So when you saw him the game against Niger, in the first game,
against Benin.
Sorry, against Benin, Niger was the second game. Against Benin, the performance wasn't vintage, but the second half was a lot better. And
they actually did say that the draw in the end was a very good result for them.
Yeah, it was.
I think it speaks to what you're saying.
Absolutely. But after he made a tweak to the team and the way he attacked. Now, so once it was 2-1, it was very comfortable for Benin to sit in deep. But what he was trying to do then was to bring more bodies into the half spaces, get them to play the ball a bit more compact in and around the box. And around from the 75th minute there on, the team's momentum shifted. A couple of more minutes, if football is 90 minutes, but if they had more minutes, they probably could have gone on to win that
penalty
game.
Came very late.
Very, very late. And at that time, they were on the ascendancy. Now it's good to know that the second half performance in that Benin game wasn't a fluke because they picked that one off in that game against Niger, especially in the second half against Niger as well. So under 20, we desperately need them to qualify and make it to the African Championship and go all the way to the World Cup. It's been such a very long time that we saw Ghana there. And Ofe is a very, very good coach, and so I wish him all the best with the squad.
Indeed, it's a very lovely chap. He's and he's come from a home of coaches. His father used to work for Chelsea, I believe. He's had coaching education from a very young age. And he's very dedicated to his job, also the head of coaching education at the Ghana Football Association. Okay, listen, we've not qualified for Under-20 World Cup since 2015. And the process has only gotten longer. In fact, since this new format came into play, we've not made it there. What's the potential of this team, you think?
If you're looking at the entire pool of players, I think it has huge potential. My only worry is this particular tournament. It's a much weakened team as from the one we saw at the Africa Games. I'm just really hoping that they're able to make it to the final and qualify for the African Championships. Look, if you look back to the first game against Benin, that last-minute equalizer was so priceless, because it means that there's less pressure on the team going into the final game. And they're just a point to see us through to the semi-final, which will be probably the most important game of the competition. At this level, it's about qualifying for the African Championships, not necessarily about winning the WAFU. So if we can win our next 2 games, then it's job done. And for me, after that is done, that's where my true concern comes in. I really hope that the FA is able to bring back the pool of players who are eligible to play, for them to play in the African Championships. The 2 Barcelona boys should be able to play in the African Championships for Ghana, because we are building a team. We should see it as we are thinking about the future. We are building a team for the future. It's not just about a group of players going to the AFCON and qualifying and making Ghana happy. No, we are building a team for the future. So the best players available who are eligible to play in this level should be able to play this competition. And the FA should do everything possible for them to play. Once we qualify for the African Championships, I want to see Aziz Issa, I want to see the left back, the left back
who just got the call up?
No, the one who went from Accra Lions to
Udru.
Yeah,
Udru. I want to see those guys as part of the team for us to build, because that team building chemistry, team bond is very important for the future, because these guys are good. They are under very good technical direction. And if we can make it to the African Championships and we have the full complement of this team, the full strength team, I don't see why they can't go all the way.
I also hope the ages are not too close to the threshold, so that maybe some of the players are here for the qualifiers, but after which they are not useful to the...
Usually the rules allow that if you are... It's before a certain date. So if you're eligible for the qualifiers, you'll be eligible for the main competition.
Yeah, and I think the FA, like you said, they would have known that in the selection process.
Because we just saw today there was the release from the other zone, where some countries have been banned. And because of MRI,
that's age cheating. That's different.
Yeah,
this is zone A. All right. So all the best to them. The Black Satellites, they're in Togo. I think their next game is on Wednesday, I believe. Their last group game is on Wednesday.
Against the host.
So hopefully, against the host nation, Togo, so hopefully they'll get that over the line, make the semi-final, and then make the final. They qualify for the final, they are through to the Under-20 AFCON. And then from then on, like Daniel said, anything is possible. Hearts of Oak, on the other hand, they are unbeaten in the last 4. I'm not exactly sure whether to say they've turned the tide, but they've won one of those, they've drawn 3 of those. And they got another draw in this game against Dreams FC. That was played in Tuba, at the Tuba AstroTurf, a 0-0 draw. But guess what? That result also ended Dreams FC's losing streak, losing starts of the season. So good for them. So the rest of the result, Brecum Chelsea, 3-0 winners over Lagos Cities. Gold Stars also won by 2-0 against Aduana Stars. Karela United, they beat Heart of Lions 1-0. Mediama against Nations FC also ended 1-0. And then in Strateman, they beat Basake Holy Stars by 2-0. Let's look at the table at the end of... so the table is not ready yet. Okay, fair enough, but I have my table here with me. If Benaya doesn't want to give me the table, I have it. Bibiani Gold Stars are top of the table. They have 15 points. Kotoko are just a point behind with 14. And then Midiama also have 14 points there. And Brecum Chelsea behind in 4th place with 13 points. The bottom 3 are Young Apostles in 16th position. They have 6 points. Dreams FC have 4 points. And then you have Lagos Cities, who are rock bottom of the table. They have just 1 draw from 6 matches this season. They've lost 5. That's the table. Confirmation. It's unbelievably poor start to the season for them. The bottom of how do you have 1 point from 6 matches from Legon City? It's unbelievable what's going on with them. So we'll see what becomes of them at the end of the season. All right. So that's that on the Ghana Premier League. We will... listen, I've been asking a lot of you to send in some messages. Lots of you have been sending in messages here. Also, earlier today, I posted and asked you guys on Facebook where you've been watching the show from, and lots of you left me messages. So I'm going to read some of them. Joseph Bambori says he watches the show from Bande. Okay, Gabriel, he says, I'm watching you guys live from Kelco in the Volta region. Darlington Bless Davo, he says he watches the show from Taifa. And then Orchard Davis says he watches from Cove Town City. Sansa K. Gabriel says he watches from Diaso in the Central region. You also have Alidu Rafik, who says he watches from Kong. Agogba Lazarus says he watches us from Mankranso. Idrisi Salauddin says he watches from Sakuba in the Kumbungu district. Karij Kwame Jide says he watches from Lakeside Estate. Abdul Rauf watches from Kumasi. Sahir Kodiama watches from Sierra Leone, Freetown. That's where he watches the show from. Zaki watches from the Upper West Regional Capital. Abdul Wahab Giver watches from Palace Town. Sam Young watches from Pram Pram. Evans Kwekuyabua says ECG have done their thing, so he watches on Twitter. I love that. Abbas says he watches from Tamale Old Airport. Latifa too says he watches from Silbele. Wahab Abdullahi, Wahab Paul says he watches live from Fumbisi in the Upper East region. Marty Soti says he watches from Matho, from Sege Ada. So we have viewers from all over the country, all over Africa,
yeah.
Which is really amazing.
Gambia, Sierra Leone.
Yeah, which is amazing, amazing to see. Anyway, listen, we're going to go straight to the Premier League now and then talk a lot more about all the Ghanaian players who are doing wonderful stuff there. Okay, but before we do that, let's take Karim, who is ready with Ghanaian players abroad. Karim, how are you?
Very good. Why were you giving me out?
He said what?
How are you giving me out?
Have you gone to bribe Benaya? Because how has he brought you in so early? I don't understand.
Brought me in so early. What he gave you, did you read?
Because you're having to talk about the games we are going to show. It makes no sense. If you joke, I'll sack you. We'll have to finish showing.
What a shoe! What a shoe!
Man, Karim's shoe is wild.
What a shoe!
Sister, what's going on with the shoe?
Listen.
Benaya, remove the slack from there.
Listen.
Thank you.
What a shoe!
I like Mon straps, yeah. But he's done a shoe that has straps
The shoe has strap.
and has lace. Charlie,
Karim, cross your legs.
Embrace
Show
Karim.
show the back of the shoe.
Jog on the spot, jog on the
Which
spot.
one here?
Steve, yo. Steve.
Oh, he's funny.
Nobody's funny. Charlie.
He's funny. He's funny.
No. I said I like shoes, but this are you.
He's funny.
All
He's funny.
right. Karim, we have Premier League to show. Please, let's go to your team and then you can leave us.
But even before I go, when I was coming, what did you say? When you saw the shoe, you said something.
I didn't say anything, please.
You said something.
I did not say anything. I didn't say anything.
Since you are not man enough to own up.
Don't put words
Karim would
in
have been
my
very
mouth.
busy this weekend because a lot of the Ghanaian stars were.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, actually, the business is actually with the attackers. The thing is that the forward players were scoring so much. But when I was putting this together, I had to do a lot of work for the defenders and the midfielders. And when it came to the attackers, I didn't know who to drop and who to bring in. So a lot of work to do with the attackers and so little the defenders and the midfielders have done. But still, I've gotten people to fill in those positions and they've all deserved those spots they've gotten. Let's start with the goalkeeper, Joseph Annan. He plays for St. Patrick's, that is in Ireland. And they won 2-1 against, I don't know the team, forgotten that, and he made 2 saves in that game. And helped them win that game.
Karim, you don't know what you want to say.
Master, will you allow me to go on?
You don't know how many saves he made.
Then
go on.
Ali
Seidu. Yes.
His team, Rene, they played 1-1 against Brest, and in that game,
they played against who?
Master, let me go on. I won't repeat myself. And in the game...
Wait. Stade Rennais played against...
Stade Brestois.
Brestois. They played against Brest. Ali Seidu continuing his fine form. Okay.
Yes, and he was the player who has won the most duels in that game and was the most fouled player as well. Played in a back three system for them this time at the right side, not at the left side of the back three. Then Nathaniel Adjei, he also played for Lorient. They got relegated from the Ligue 1 last season, and he was signed permanently for them. And in that game, he was the player who has completed the most passes. That is 81. Central defender completing 81 passes. That is 81 out of 88. And any player to play 45 minutes or more is also the player to complete the most accurate passes. Then Maxwell Woloji, he helped Fredrikstad, that is in Norway. They won 2-1 against Lillestrøm. And it wasn't one of his exceptional performances, but it was decent enough to earn him a place because the defenders, the central defenders and the midfielders, as I've said earlier, didn't do so well. Then Gideon Mensah, he provided his first assist since December, or is it November last year for AJ Auxerre, and they won 2-1 against Reims, that is in Ligue 1. Then this man, that is Baba Idrisu, he plays for Almeria, and they are now in the Spanish second tier, and they won against Real Zaragoza, and he was the player who has won the most duels and also created a number of chances for them and has earned a spot. The last time he earned a Black Stars call-up was in March, the first two friendlies of Otoado. Then Lawrence Ofori, 26 years, he plays for Moreirense, that is in the Portuguese league, and they played against Santa Clara. He's also the player who has completed the most passes in that game and completed 7 accurate long balls in that game. Then let me come to Ibrahim Usman, one of those Black Stars players who have shown up for his club and he's scoring for fun. He scored his first goal for Feyenoord and they won 5-1 against Go Ahead Eagles in the Eredivisie, and he also provided 2 assists in that game, created the most chances, completed the most dribbles, and almost everything attack. He was the one leading them to that. Then Jordan Ayew for Leicester City, he came off the bench and scored the 98th minute winner for them. Let me go to the one who inspired all that comeback win against Southampton. They won 3-2 against them. That is Abdul Fattah Issahaku. As the praises have been coming in from all angles, when he came on, the game completely changed and he created an assist. That what led to the first goal, making it 2-1, and he also helped them win the penalty with his header, Jamie Vardy converting it and setting them on course to that 3-2 victory. Then Iñaki Williams, after the he loves international break, no matter how you are seeing it. For a player like him, when he comes to the international break, he struggles. But when he goes back to his club, I'm just going to look at some few of his performances after the international break for his club. That is November last year, when he came for those 2 World Cup qualifiers against Madagascar. And Comoros. He scored the 1-0, the one we won here in Kumasi, 1-0. And after the international break, that is, let me just get the thing here. After the international break, he scored in the first game and provided an assist. So this is it. He scored after the international break and also provided an assist in that game. Then after the AFCON, in the first game, after that AFCON that he almost forgot everything about himself, when he went back after the AFCON, he scored against Barcelona and provided an assist to kick Barcelona out of the Copa del Rey, and where they went on to win that title. Then just after the previous international break before this, in the first game after the international break, he provided a hat-trick of an assist in the game just after the international break. Now I have a lot of honorable mentions to do because of how the attackers performed this past international break. as we know, Mohamed Kudus, he scored but was sent off. Then Ibrahim Osman scored. Edmond Bade, who also came off the bench to score, 18 years old, scored the winner for Salzburg came off the bench to score. Then Koningsdorfer, Ransford Koningsdorfer, he also scored for, that is Hamburger, and this season he has scored 5 goals for them. Then Barbons, he also provided an assist for Genk. Then Abdul Baba Rahman, I didn't put him here because I don't know if he wants to be involved with the Black Stars. That is why Gideon Mensah is here and not Baba Rahman. So that is it.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you very much,
You
Karim.
mentioned for Antoine Semenyo.
He had a good game.
I mean, he didn't score a goal, but he played brilliantly, I thought.
Yeah, so he deserves an honourable mention. Thomas Partey, his Arsenal got walloped by 2-0 by Antoine Semenyo's Bournemouth. So there's that. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll go your messages and then we'll go through the highlights from Europe. Do stay with us. This is Sports Hub.
Safoda.
The previous CEO said, I should tell you that if you relax more,
relax.
he will give you more water.
If you relax.
Yeah, he said if you relax for Karim,
Oh, that's
he'll
cool.
give you more water. Frankie, good evening to you.
I'm calm.
Big shouts to my friend Mark also, watching us from, well, he's administrator at Accra Girls.
Kivo are they part?
Kivo are not parts.
Kivo.
Shock. Like we just pour this water inside. You use
Kivo.
Piva water too. Hey, which people are this one?
Hey.
Hey, multi-choice, why?
Hey.
That's it, why? Hey.
Multi-choice.
Okay, this one, I'll go to the gym for this. You see this one, this bicycle thing, they do one. Charlie, look, it's okay.
You don't feel left.
Is it what?
You go feel lifted.
Oh, clear. Go to my gym and ask them the weight I carry.
What do your gym inside?
I said, go and ask them. You say, I go feel left. This one. The body guy do.
He didn't lift.
Oh, no,
By the way, guys, you know what we're doing? On the day itself, we are doing, what are the 2 competitions? Tug of war and sack race.
Relay.
Please, we are doing interdepartmental race. And everybody is supposed to bring their people to come and help them. In other words, please, Joy Sports, we need support from all the Joy Sports viewers.
We need support.
We need support because you see, listen, Drive Time, Lexis and his people are bringing people to come and support them. You see Lexis like this. Me too, at the Joy Sports, look at the people we have.
You look at the people we have.
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 Oh, me, I'm fit.
So please,
When he said the
you are what? Hey.
When he said the one thing, only got
So listen, guys, this is open. This one is open to the public, okay? On Saturday at the University of Ghana Stadium, all viewers of Sports Zone, if you live around Accra, please come to the University of Ghana Stadium.
Come and support us.
Come and support Joy Sports because Joy Sports is going up against Joy News, against Drive Time, Lexis and his people, Evans Mensah and his people at Joy News, and everybody's bringing outsiders. So Joy News fans are coming.
Hits FM.
Hits FM fans are coming. Turn up. DJ McRique and the Dusty and their people, they are bringing all their listeners.
Dr. Pounds.
Joy Sports, don't disgrace us. Joy Sports, because you see, we say we are the sports people. Our fans have to come.
If you push us, we'll change
So if
the
you
rules.
love all Joy Sports programs, please, on that day, come and support us. When you can, you will join our song. Then we'll fight the other people. We're the only people, as it stands, the only people who can defeat our Joy business. But Joy Sports viewers and Joy Sports listeners, we beg you, please come and help us. We need all of you on that day. All right, because imagine Joy Sports, then we'll have all of you supporting us, pulling the rope from behind or the sack race. Because if you put that country in front, that thing, we will lose.
Me and the rope, we are the same.
The rope will be pulling you.
Oh my goodness.
So that one is open to the public. All of you can come. Please come. Let's have fun. Let's share Jama. Let's enjoy. There'll be a lot to eat, a lot to drink. So it'll be a whole party atmosphere throughout the whole day. Site attraction. So when you come, it's all open. So please, viewers of Joy Sports, we're expecting you to come and support us because on that day, look at the Joy Sports members. Mufta Nabila Abdullah.
Wasan.
Te, Lawrence Beju.
Wasan.
Benaya.
Wasan.
Mubarak.
Wasan.
Musbao.
Wasan.
Daniel Kranse. Ajuta Bakulu. Ticho there, you get muscle, you say you get gym for house. So I know the fear for him.
Karim is not part, eh?
If we line up Karim and Cranton, they can become the rope. Let's take you to England then, because there's a lot to go through in England. Let me just show you confirmation of the results from this weekend from the Premier League. A very important victory for Aston Villa as well. And then Everton also got a very big 2-0 win away at Ipswich. Then Brighton beat Newcastle away from home. Another really big victory there at Tyneside. And then you see the other results there confirming themselves. Liverpool have 21 points after 8 matches. Manchester City have 20. So just 1 point behind. And then you have Arsenal in third with 17 points. So Arsenal are 4 points behind the leaders, Liverpool. And then you have Aston Villa also with 17 points in 4th place. If you're interested in Chelsea, they're down in 6th position behind Brighton. Chelsea have 14 points now. That's 7 points behind the leaders. Benaya has finally found his table. Liverpool 21 points. That's confirmation there. Man City is just behind a point. And then all the way down. Let's look at the bottom of the table. Southampton and Wolverhampton Wanderers. After 8 matches, just 1 draw apiece. They've lost a whopping 7 games each. That is unbelievable. And guys, shockingly, what is going on with Crystal Palace? That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Glasney.
That sounds about right.
I mean, he's your coach.
Benai, please, you need to find me that Leicester game. I need it. How do you not have the Leicester game? Because that is the most important game of the weekend. Please.
End is going absolutely.
Wow, amazing. Nike, why are you excited like that? Jordan Ayew and Abdul Fattah Issahaku inspiring Leicester to a come from behind 3-2 win against Southampton. So as Karim showed you in his presentation, the Ghanaian players just cannot stop scoring. Right after that abysmal performance against Sudan. It's unbelievable that that is also coming after their coach said the players are not as good as they used to be. What a way to absolutely spit on those comments, Sicho.
First of all, those comments. Because even in the now Ghana's coach's time, there weren't many Ghanaians playing it at top flights and getting consistent minutes. In fact, there are more Ghanaians now in the Black Stars playing
at bigger level
and with proper minutes than we had in that Black Stars team. With the greatest respect to Asamoah Gyan was playing in League 1 at the time. We saw...
no, in 2006, Asamoah Gyan, let's say 2006.
Let's say 2006.
Asamoah Gyan was playing in Serie B or Moderna.
Yeah, 206 now, so let's say he was in Serie B, but he was
John Pistol was playing in Israel.
In Israel. And then there was only Mike... Stephen Appiah had lost his place in Juve.
He had gone to Fenerbahce. So Montari was playing in Udinese.
So like I'm saying, that comment is not true. That at the time, there were many players in the Black Stars who were playing in top level.
At the time, we had one player in the Premier League.
It's not true. That comment, and many people keep saying it. They keep saying that, those days, Ghanaian players played in bigger teams. And no, we had great personalities. We had players who were talented. But as far as their teams were concerned, and the minutes they were having in those teams were concerned, this group of players are by far better than that group.
They're at a bigger level.
Yes, in terms of the leagues and the minutes that they've been afforded at their clubs. So that comment from the coach was unfortunate, but was false. But I think also the players might have heard it, and they were like, Coach, you said we're not good enough.
Yeah.
Let's show you how we do it with our clubs. And they turned up big time.
Wow, a lot of them all scoring. Listen, I have a very interesting comment here from Frank. Frank is the CEO of PIVA. Frank says, if Chelsea get a world-class striker and a goalkeeper, he says if Chelsea can sort out their defensive lapses, they can be in the top 4. Their defending against Liverpool was shambolic, especially that Tosin guy. We will talk about that game and a few other games right after this break. All right, welcome back. This is Sports Zone, proudly brought to you by Kivo Gary 4-in-1 Mix, also by Samartex Tank and Guinness. And it's now time for Guinness Match Day, which encompasses the best analysis from all of the action from the weekend. I've also got some of your messages here. Let me just read a couple of them and I'll take Sicho's thoughts on that Liverpool match. Of course, okay, so this is a message from, who is it? Sure, here we are. Good evening, Fencho. Bimpom from the Eastern region. In Europe, they pass each other as quickly as possible, but here they will turn 360 before passing the ball. He's talking about why the Black Stars players struggle here. Osaberema Stephen from Who says Chelsea will definitely make it to the top 4. This message says, is from Sana in Boku. He says, it's obvious that Otoado doesn't know how to use the Black Stars players. This message is from Patience Kumate from Rakuman. She says, watching Man United play is a feeling I can't even describe. Even if we score 100 until the last whistle, I can't accept that we are winning. Something needs to be done about this team. Thank you, Patience, for your message. You need patience. Barcelona all the way, this message says. This one says, good evening, guys. I think the love between Madueke and Enzo is affecting the team. Why is he always starting when Neto should be the one starting on the right wing? Jacob Tia from Tamale with a very important question to him. Christian from Sakumana says, with the second goal Liverpool scored, Sanchez should have done better by making himself bigger with his hands. How can your hands be attached to your body with your eyes closed when going into a 1v1 situation? Interesting. Chelsea fans not happy with their goalkeeper. Jacobson says, I feel Ghanaians analysis. The other time, I questioned why you should leave your wife lonely, and you were there. You questioned me whether you were alone or you were married. That was just a jovial comment from me. I realized that you were like angry with that comment. Good night, shalom. Ghanaians angry. You don't know the human being. Chelsea are really on the right road. As for improvement, I think we need a better goalkeeper. I'm Young Majesty, enjoying the show from Kasua. This one says, I'm texting you all the way from the Gambia. Hi, Sportsphone crew. I told you guys since you introduced Inaki Williams to your national team, things are going to be bad. He just wants international caps, but because he doesn't deserve anything with Spain, he knows that he will never be called for that team. Ghana has a good team, but they lack confidence. This is a message coming from the Gambia. And I have a message here coming from Nigeria. And this one is from George, watching from Delta State. And he says, keep up the good work. And this one says, good evening, Fen. I'm watching you from China. All Chelsea fans should not panic for losing to Liverpool. We shall bounce back. That's Castro Steve. And Appear from Atosu says, Chelsea put in a very good performance against Liverpool, but unfortunately, we couldn't get a point. The scores reflect how the game went, but hopefully we can get into the top 4 or even the league. Sicho, that seems to encapsulate the feeling of many Chelsea fans, that the performance was good, they didn't get the result, and many seem to think it's because they are lacking a world-class goalkeeper and a world-class striker.
Well,
Are those the only 2 problems they have?
No, I don't think so. I don't think those are the only 2 problems they have. Look, Chelsea's performances in big games this season isn't very different from what we saw last season. Last season, when Chelsea played in big games, they were there. They showed up. Against City, they showed up. Against Liverpool, they showed up. Like, in every big game, almost
Except
every big game.
against United.
That wasn't a big game.
No, the one away. The one at home, they showed up.
Because United wasn't a big team last season. They were struggling. I'm talking about teams that were up there. Chelsea really showed up in those games.
Except against Liverpool, when they were beaten by kids.
Yeah, in that final. But when I say show up, it doesn't mean they won. I'm saying they were competitive.
They play well.
Right? And they've lost against City this season, but they were competitive. They've lost against Liverpool, but they were competitive. So it's not very different from what we saw last season in terms of how they are competing in big games. And everybody knows the problem I've got with the Chelsea team. You can't spend the amount of money you spent and not have a world-class goalkeeper and not have a reliable striker. But again, when you look at the numbers from the Nicholas Jackson, they look like he's doing great, right?
Exactly.
And that's the point.
He's a top scorer without penalties.
And yesterday's game wasn't a Jackson problem. It was a Chelsea attacking structural problem with players misfiring. So Sancho was off color in that first half. And throughout the entire 90 minutes, Cole Palmer was off color. If Cole Palmer was on, Jackson was making some very, very good runs in behind Liverpool at time, but Palmer wasn't just finding it. Him. It was a bit slow. And that's the thing about Palmer's game. He plays his game in slow motion. When he's playing well, he's beautiful. But when he's off color, he looks like he's not interested. Think of Mesut Ozil.
Right.
On his bad day, he looks miserable. But on his good day, he's just brilliant towards, and that's Palmer. And he didn't have a good game, so that affected the way Chelsea could run the attack through him. And I also think that Lavia had a very good game alongside Caicedo. But of course, he's just returned from injury, so he had to also be rested. And when Enzo came on, I don't think Chelsea had the same control they enjoyed or the same physicality they had in the middle of the park as Lavia and Caicedo were in the middle of the park. So Chelsea will take a lot of positives from this game and know that they are onto something very good. They were really decent at Anfield. In the final third, not so much. Defensively, though, that is what I think the massive problems are. Enzo Maresca has to find the right combination.
Is it a personal issue or an organizational issue?
I think it's a personal issue. He's still struggling to find his best pair of centre-backs.
Yeah.
Is it Fofana Kowal? Is it Tosinko?
Fofana was suspended.
Yes.
Cucurella was suspended.
But even when Fofana has played, to be fair, they've also struggled similar problems as well. So he's now finding the right fit. Who partners who gives him the best fit, and in which structure that operates. And we saw him bringing, James as a third centre-back just to provide some surety. James is not necessarily physically fit to go up and down, so it keeps him in that space.
He started at right back, and then, what's his name? Gusto started at left
back. Yeah, but if you see the game was lopsided, Gusto was getting into midfield whilst James was staying as a third centre-back. He doesn't want to risk James going down the line, right? He wanted to also use his space to protect what he had at the back. So it was quite smart. But Liverpool, under Arne Slot, just have a way of getting the job done. And for Liverpool as well, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't vintage. But Arne Slot's
Liverpool
Liverpool...
People say that there were signs yesterday that they would crack or if they meet a better team this season.
Well, yeah, we'll still know what they are made of when they play Arsenal at the Emirates, right?
Weekend.
But one thing is that one positive Liverpool fans can pick from this game was the performance from Curtis Jones. If they go away to Anfield, I'm thinking Szoboszlai drops out of the team. He can trust Curtis Jones, McAllister, and then Gravenberg to form his midfield three. And that could be a very, very difficult midfield for teams to break. So, yeah, it was a good game that we could learn a couple of things from both teams.
Fantastic. Let's talk about Arsenal then. Daniel Cranting has gone to wear his green pants and his jacket. What's going on there, my friend?
Oh, not necessarily on Arsenal, but to take a page out of Arsenal's book.
Okay.
They are the set-piece kings. And this weekend we saw set pieces being the difference maker for a number of teams. Man City won last minute through a set piece. Leicester City won last minute through a set piece. Bournemouth got that breakthrough goal through a set piece. And it just shows you how teams are beginning to pay attention to detail when it comes to set pieces. It's not just left to chance. This time around, there's a clear, meticulous plan on how they are going to take set pieces, and it differs. So we'll start with the Man City one. And it's very interesting because it's like Man City suffered a set piece goal against Arsenal, and they took some lessons from that. And you can see very similar the goal they scored to what Arsenal has been doing within the past year or so. So Manchester City last-minute corner. First of all, what they did was to put Bernardo Silva on the goalkeeper, Jose Sarr. Now, Bernardo Silva's job wasn't necessarily to receive the header. He was just supposed to prevent the goalkeeper from attacking the 6-yard box because the cross was going to attack the 6-yard box. So prevent the goalkeeper from having the room to come out and claim the ball. And then what it does is that it invites Manchester City's good headers of the ball, the Haalands, the Ruben Diaz's, the Stones, and then Vardiol to attack that space. So if the goalkeeper is not able to come out to claim, then there's an opportunity. And then it becomes a 50-50, whether the Wolves defenders can deal with the threat or not. And the ball came. Bernardo Silva did a brilliant job in that. You can see the goalkeeper spent the first half of the flight of the ball trying to push Bernardo Silva away from him and wasn't necessarily focusing on the flight of the ball. So he's gotten the attention of the goalkeeper. That is his job done. And once the ball comes in, he gets out of the way so that he doesn't cause an offside or a foul or anything contentious. And that was very smart play from Bernardo Silva. And obviously we see John Stones winning the header and then scoring. So this is not left to chance. This is something we've seen play out. Arsenal do it a lot. And they've been doing it since last season. They've done it a lot of times even this season. Some they've scored, some they haven't scored. But Manchester City seem to have learned from that, and then they were able to get a goal from that. Now, the Leicester City goal that Jordan Ayew scored and the one Bournemouth scored is also pretty similar. Now, this is the last minute. The interesting thing is that Leicester City were a man up. So you expect them to have 3 men in the box. They committed everybody forward. Usually you see teams swinging the ball into the box and hoping for a lucky bounce. But this was very well worked. Jordan peels out, gets to the edge of the box, and there are 2 players on the edge of the box. There was Jordan and there was Fatal.
Right.
So it's just about who has the situation under control, who has the ball, whose body language or whose body movement is fit enough to hit the ball. And Fatal left it for Jordan, and he hit the back of the net winner. It's a brilliant set-piece goal. And what he also does is that the tricky thing is because Southampton were manless, it is very difficult for them to commit a man to the edge of the box because they need to reduce the guys who are marking the 6 yard. Exactly. Yeah. So it was smart thinking from Leicester City. And again, these are things you work on the training ground. You don't just kick the ball and hope that somebody heads it.
How many corners did we get against
16.
Oh, God.
16. We just booting. Oh, we just
kick it. Look, I knew that was the aim of this analysis.
Oh, yeah.
Don't just play it anyhow. Ghana had 16 corners against Sudan. We didn't make use of one.
You didn't use it for
just kick it either to near post, far post. Like, you just kick it inside and hope somebody... It's like there's no routine to it. There's no kind of practice. People are making use of set pieces.
See, the Bournemouth one for me was the most brilliant.
Brilliant, yeah.
It was the disguise. First of all, I want to take note. Semenyo is here, and then the Justin Kluivert who flicked it on. So the corner kick, these are the 3 players I want you to take notice of. So the corner kick is taken. Kluivert makes the near post run. He flicks it. Semenyo blocks the defender from reaching Christie, which is very important because he would have read it. This Arsenal defender would have read it and probably wanting to make a move to close down the space. But Semenyo blocks his path, doesn't allow him to make it, and gives Christie the freedom to meet it on his left foot, which is his favorite foot. So he had a lot of time to hit the target, and that was Calafiori on that occasion. But that was, for me, this is the best work set-piece goal over the weekend. Even much better than the Bournemouth one. It was such a brilliant goal, and especially because Arsenal are the set-piece kings when it comes to defending and offensive set pieces, and they conceded one like this. So it just shows you, look, it's the fine details in football keeps improving and improving and improving, from throw-ins to corners to free kicks. Everybody is improving to make use of every single small, minute advantage that they might get. So if you just sit there and you just hit balls into the box for 5 minutes, 10 minutes in training, and you think that is going to see you through in the game, you are gravely mistaken. And hopefully the Black Stars technical team will learn from some of these things, because some of the Ghanaian players are involved. We saw Semenyo playing a role, Jordan scoring the goal. So maybe when they come, they can ask them. Partey plays for us now. Ask him, how your boss know? How does he do it? So that when we get some, we can score.
Just copy.
All right, thank you very much, Daniel Cranton, with Guinea's Match Day, giving us a perspective into how to make use of set-piece advantages. I want to wrap up by taking you to the Champions League. There are big games coming up this week. Danike and Sichu. Is it a long pass?
Few games to keep an eye on then.
Oh, God. Match day 3. Lots of games. This is a long graphic. Let's pick out a few ones.
Barcelona, Bayern Munich.
That is a standard one.
That is the one.
Is that on Tuesday or Wednesday?
That's on
Wednesday. Is it Wednesday or
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah, I think it's Wednesday.
Right. And
tomorrow is
Real Madrid Dortmund. There is that.
Yeah.
Juve Stuttgart should be a good game. Stuttgart are very exciting to watch.
It swallowed 4.
And,
Okay. What are your thoughts on Barcelona Bayern Munich?
I think
What's score prediction?
I think it would be a
Harry Kane is coming off a hat-trick weekend. Lewandowski is coming off a hat-trick weekend.
Barca will win with a margin of 2 goals, and there will be more than 4 goals scored in the game.
Well,
yeah. What about Liverpool in action against Leipzig, away from home.
It's a tricky one. I think Liverpool have an eye on that Arsenal game. And if they do, maybe then the manager will be resting some players. They've had a pretty good start to the campaign in Champions League, so maybe he plays some fringe players, rest the boys for the Emirates, the game against Arsenal. Maybe that could cost them.
Yeah.
But they've got decent enough players around the team to go on and do the job as well against Leipzig.
Redemption for Arsenal against Shakhtar?
I think that's a simple win for Arsenal.
Yeah.
We can afford to rest players in this game and for the Liverpool game and still get the win.
Okay, fair enough. We have live commentary of those matches on Hits 103.9 FM on Tuesday night and on Wednesday night. So if you're driving home from work or wherever you are, you're stuck in traffic, just tune into Hits FM and we will catch live commentary. Darren Cranston, Ashu Tamako will bring you the best of the action from there. But that's our show this evening. It's proudly sponsored by Kivo, Gary 4-in-1 mix, Guinness, Ghana, and Syntex Tank. Next week, Piva are coming with full vim as well. But a very happy birthday to Mrs. Mavis Chifa at Japan. Very happy birthday to you. That's our show. Good evening.